In the StarCraft 2 event, an international force of over 270 players invaded the Raleigh Convention Center with thousands of fans cheering them on. The standing room only crowd and sheer size of the field was a big difference from a year ago when Puck won MLG's humble SC2 debut in a quiet corner of the arena. Several GSL pros, including Bomber, Trickster, and Nada, came to battle and continued the Korean dominance on the MLG Pro circuit, while the best players from North America and Europe, including Naniwa, Idra, and Select, tried their best to take them down. Early on in the tournament, the foreign competitors gave the Koreans a run for their money, and the fans a glimmer of hope that this might be the event the Koreans go down. Kiwikaki upset Nada.
And I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but Kiwikaki may have just 2-0'd OGS Nada. And there's the game!
GG! Kiwikaki is going to take that 2-0.
And Select took out Trickster, landing clutch EMPs and showcasing incredible unit control.
Nothing. Every single stalker has been destroyed. These were the hero units, about 8 units in this army right here. Able to drop. There's going to be
and there it is, the Mana Mule. Select with a dominating performance, 2-0 versus Trickster.
But this hope was quickly dashed with the Koreans taking the top spots in each pool. Slayer's Coca went undefeated in Pool A, not dropping a single game, advancing to the winter semis with victories over top pros Brain, Puck, and Naniwa, as well as ending the Cinderella story of young American Trimaster. Coca was joined by fellow Zerg star Dongray Gu, who was victorious in Pool C with wins over Slush, Select, TLO, and Korean Protoss Master Hero. In Pool B, Startail Bomber had a tough time against Machine, but managed to take out several pros, including Idra, Sho, and Heypro for the top spot. In a tournament that proved the Koreans are far from invincible, the world still has yet to see any foreigner seriously challenge for the gold, except in the case of Kiwikaki. After building twin 4-0 records in Pool D, Kiwi and Korean superstar Puma clashed on the main stage in front of an electric crowd. Kiwikaki was able to take an impressive first game in the series.
Drop the main, and unbelievable Kiwikaki absolutely wrecks Puma.
But the Korean turned it around, taking the last 2 games decisively, winning the set 2-1 and securing the final spot in the winner's bracket semis. At first, it looked like the foreigners had the Korean pros on the ropes.
He had a moment with his SCV rushes that were very effective, but eventually that fizzled out.
GG, Hunt does take the series 2-1. Very well played.
But in the end, it was not to be. In dominating fashion, Coca, Puma, Bomber, and Zerg Master Dongray Gu muscled their way into the winner's semifinals. In the first match, Coca took out Puma 2-0, showing us how to defend in the most cost-effective manner, and then macroing up, overwhelming his Terran opponent.
Yeah, he needs to kill that SCV off, and he does, in fact, get it. More Marines are on the way, and that Queen might be in trouble, but the Spine Crawler does finish. Beautiful hold by Coca.
He's now bled into the main, the Hellion now moving down. Note the incredibly low number of SCVs, 12 to 33.
And now we're at a 10 supply to 70. That is it. GG.
Even floating the factory, it's going to be pretty obvious that you're not going to have siege tanks. Banelings are going to be too good.
That is a lot of Banelings, and he is not going to be able to spread enough to stop this. Puma being absolutely demolished by Coca.
In the second winner's bracket semi, we saw Bomber meet up with Dongray Gu in a TVZ battle, with Bomber taking the series 2-0, showcasing unorthodox timing attacks, bringing down the Zerg powerhouse.
Huge attack going up with the nuke going off as well, and the nuke looks like it's going to land! And Bomber takes game number 1.
Here, meanwhile, the Spire is under fire. Don't forget, Bomber lost a lot of drones. This game has been quite a slugfest.
Well, it looks like a GG, and Bomber advances to the winner's bracket final.
Entering the winner's bracket finals, Coca had gone the entire tournament without dropping a single game. Bomber, his opponent on the other side of the bracket, also had an impressive record, winning every series, only losing 3 games the entire weekend. In another incredible Terran vs Zerg matchup, Bomber continued his domination, decisively defeating Coca 2-0, sending him to the loser's bracket.
He's repairing the bunker now. The SCV's repairing it, under attack. The bunker, actually, I don't think it's going to go down.
And more Marines are on the way.
He sells the bunker at the last second. Beautiful.
GG.
Wow.
With that win, Bomber advanced to the championship finals, where he waited for one of three players, Coca, Dongregu, or Nada, to advance from the losers bracket. In the first match, DRG was able to take out Nada in the loser semis.
Here comes the big play from Dongregu. Oh my god, the Baneling count is absurdly high. We're seeing Zergling sweep in from all sides, and Dongregu has done it.
This win set up a match with Coca in the losers finals. Coca overwhelmed DRG with amazing infestors and roach play, ending one of the longest ZVZs we've ever seen on the MLG Pro Circuit.
And Coca is not going to be denied. He is going to get his rematch with Bomber in just a moment here.
Coca's win in the losers finals set up a rematch and a chance for revenge against Startail Bomber. In this epic ZVT contest, Coca started down 2 in the best of 7 series, since Bomber previously beat the Zerg in the winner's bracket. Bomber opens up game 1 of the finals with a fast gas build and fake bunker rush, throwing Coca off his game early on. Securing his natural and then a third command center very quickly, Bomber went into macro Terran mode, setting up a strong infrastructure, ensuring that he'll be able to keep up with the Zerg opponent later on in the game. As the match continues, Bomber loses about 20 SCVs to a sneaky Baneling attack from Coca. He's able to stay on his feet, slowly closing the gap by producing 3 SCVs at a time from his 3 command centers. When Bomber moves out to secure his gold expo, Coca executes an amazing pincer attack, sandwiching his opponent's army.
This looks like this is quite ominous looking. Here comes the crunch from 2 sides. It is going to be impossible to run. Banelings rolling in from all angles. Coca with the plant on the Banelings. Couple Marines trying to run, but Combat Shield cannot help them today.
Wow.
Domination in the center.
While taking them out, he forces Bomber's third base to lift off. Bomber, miles behind in supply, chooses to push out at Coca, who stalls as long as he can until he sees the most opportune moment to strike, and when he does, Bomber GG.
Full crunching defeat, and it looks like Bomber will not be able to go undefeated in this final match. The offensive mule and the good game!
Game 2 began chaotically, with Bomber securing a fast expansion on the low ground, but for some reason he chose not to wall off his ramp. Coca's early waves of Zergling sneak into Bomber's base, causing quite a bit of damage. Finally clearing the wings from his main, Bomber proceeds to defend attack after attack from his Zerg opponent.
The damage is going to be immense here, and now his units are awkwardly stuck in the center of the map, and the economy of Bomber is non-existent. Now his Marines are slipping into the main!
Oh, he gets it!
After surviving some very sticky pushes from Coca, who seemed to have overextended himself, Bomber decides it's time to push out and end the game. Moving across the map, he destroys 2 of Coca's bases and moves in on his main, where he defeats the last of Coca's forces for the GG. In Game 3, the intensity is about to boil over as these 2 amazing players battle for the 6th time in this tournament. Opening up with an extremely risky tech and fast expand build, Bomber clearly wants to turn up the heat on Coca.
And we see Coca getting dangerously close to max army with nothing but mid-game units, roaches, lings, banelings.
However, Coca beats Bomber to the punch, quickly reaching max unit supply and moving in for the win.
Secured, went up a different counterattack.
Coca getting dropped in his main, now rolling into the front with Banelings, Roaches, Zerglings, and it looks like Coca may be able to break this, having astounding numbers, hitting with a huge Baneling blow there. But the question is, oh my goodness, that is a lot of Banelings landing on those tanks.
But Bomber's defenses are once again in place, and when the smoke clears, it's evident that Coca has once again overextended himself, losing his entire army. Bomber begins his push across the map, but Coca already knows he's lost, and GG is crowning Bomber the MLG Raleigh champion.
Bomber is your champion of Major League Gaming Raleigh. Bomber, the grand champion, walking to his opponent, the good game. Bomber is your champion. Let's hear it for StarTail Bomber.
Congratulations to StarTail Bomber, Major League Gaming's 2011 Raleigh StarCraft 2 Pro Circuit champion.